All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asks IPS probationers to change negative perception of police among people. Prime Minister to launch cashless and contactless digital payment solution e-Rupee tomorrow. Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Uttar Pradesh today to launch several development projects. Muslim Women Rights Day to be observed across the country today to celebrate enactment of law against triple talaq. Jharkhand government recommends CBI probe into alleged killing of Dhanbad additional district judge. Haryana government lowers power tariff by 37 paise per unit for consumers. India to assume presidency of the UN Security Council today. More than 46 crore 72 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas including Tokyo amid record spike in corona cases. And at Tokyo Olympics, all eyes to be on Indian men's hockey team and shuttler PV Sindhu today. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise the young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. We also advise the listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has exhorted the IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya in the next 25 years. He asked them to keep national interest in mind while taking any decision at the ground level and remember the mantra of nation first, always first.
आपको एक मंत्र सदा सर्वदा याद रखना है। फील्ड में रहते हुए आप जो भी फैसले ले उसमें देश हित होना चाहिए, राष्ट्रीय परिप्रेक्ष्य होना चाहिए। आपके काम काज का दायरा और समस्याएं अक्सर लोकल होगी। ऐसे में उनसे निपटते हुए ये मंत्र बहुत काम आएगा। आपको हमेशा ये याद रखना है कि आप एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भी ध्वजवाहक हैं। इसलिए आपके हर एक्शन, आपकी हर गतिविधि नेशन फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज फर्स्ट, राष्ट्र प्रथम, सदैव प्रथम, इसी भावना को रिफ्लेक्ट करने वाली होनी चाहिए।
The Prime Minister addressed and interacted virtually with the IPS probationers of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad. The Prime Minister interacted with IPS probationers from cadres belonging to various states including Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh on the occasion. Stating that the internal and external challenges grow along the development path of the country, he asked the probationers to be prepared to tackle technology disruptions and find innovative and new ideas to tackle menace like cyber and digital frauds.
आपकी चुनौती टेक्नोलॉजी डिसरप्शन के इस दौर में पुलिसिंग को निरंतर तैयार करने की, आपकी चुनौती क्राइम के नए तौर तरीकों को उससे भी ज्यादा इनोवेटिव तरीके से रोकने की है। विशेष रूप से साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर नए प्रयोगों, नए रिसर्च और नए तौर तरीकों को आपको डेवलप भी करना होगा और उनको अप्लाई भी करना होगा।
Stating that development and welfare play a key role in dealing with internal security issues, the Prime Minister asked the IPS probationers to be considerate with the people and deal with the issues with patience and concern. He asked them to make all-out efforts to maintain peace and discipline in the society in the coming days. He exuded confidence that the new and young generation of police will make a difference in changing the negative image of police among the common people.
देश की सुरक्षा के लिए, कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने के लिए, आतंक को मिटाने के लिए हमारे पुलिस के साथी अपनी जान तक न्यौछावर कर देते हैं। लेकिन जब पुलिस की इमेज की बात आती है तो लोगों का मनोभाव बदल जाता है। पुलिस में आ रही नई पीढ़ी का ये दायित्व है कि इमेज बदले, पुलिस का ये नेगेटिव परसेप्शन खत्म हो, ये आप लोगों को ही करना है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch e-Rupee, a person and purpose-specific digital payment solution, tomorrow through video conferencing. Mr. Modi has always championed digital initiatives. E-Rupee is a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. It is a QR code or SMS string-based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiaries. The users of the seamless one-time payment mechanism will be able to redeem the voucher without a card, digital payments app or internet banking access at the service provider. It has been developed by the National Payments Corporation of India on its UPI platform in collaboration with the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and National Health Authority.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will visit Uttar Pradesh today to launch various development projects. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will accompany Mr. Shah during his visit to the state. We have more from our Lucknow correspondent.
After reaching at Lucknow this morning, Union Home Minister Amit Shah will lay foundation stone of Uttar Pradesh Institute of Forensic Science, UPIFS, in Piparsand area in Sarojini Nagar of the capital city. He is also selected to address people on this occasion. According to the schedule, after Lucknow program is over, he will leave for Mirzapur, where he will offer his prayers at the shrine of Ma Vindhyavasini Devi temple and also perform Bhumi Pujan. Thereafter, Union Home Minister will lay foundation stone of Ma Vindhyavasini corridor project and dedicate various other development projects. He will also inaugurate long-awaited newly constructed ropeway. Thereafter, he will address a public gathering there. After Mirzapur, Mr. Shah will leave for Varanasi, where from he will back to Delhi today itself. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Muslim Women's Rights Day will be observed across the country today to celebrate the enactment of the law against triple talaq. Minister for Minority Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that the government enacted the law against triple talaq on 1st August 2019, which has made the social malpractice of triple talaq a criminal offence. Mr. Naqvi said that there is a significant decline in triple talaq cases after the law came into effect. Muslim women across the country have overwhelmingly welcomed this law. The minister said the government has strengthened self-reliance, self-respect and self-confidence of the Muslim women of the country and protected their constitutional, fundamental and democratic rights by bringing the law against the triple talaq.
Jharkhand government has recommended a CBI probe into alleged killing of Dhanbad Additional District Judge Uttam Anand. A statement from the Chief Minister's office said that the death incident of the Judge Uttam Anand has been transferred to CBI for further probe. Anand died in the coal city on July 28th after being hit by an auto rickshaw while he was on his morning walk. Jharkhand police filed a murder case in the incident after CCTV footage of the incident showed a vehicle deliberately swerving on an empty road to knock down the judge while he was out for a morning jog. The auto rickshaw used in the incident, which was allegedly stolen from Dhanbad, was later recovered from the neighbouring Giridih district. Two persons identified as Lakhan Kumar Verma and Rahul Verma have been arrested and the auto was seized from their possession. Police said they have confessed to the crime. A special CBI court has sentenced two people to 7 years imprisonment for rigging a police recruitment test conducted by the Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board in 2013, better known by its Hindi acronym Vyapam. The Vyapam scam involved fraud in Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board that was unearthed in 2013. It involved 13 different exams conducted by Vyapam for the selection of medical students and the state government employees.
Haryana government has announced reduction in power tariff by 37 paise per unit for consumers in the state. The announcement in this effect was made by Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar yesterday. With this, the electricity consumers will get relief of about 100 crore rupees per month. An official spokesman said that the power distribution companies have achieved a substantial reduction in the average power purchase cost of about 46 paise per unit during 2020-2021 over the previous year due to better planning and scheduling. This has also been reflected in FSA, that is, a fuel surcharge adjustment calculations done by the state power regulator. Hence, to pass this benefit in reduction of cost to the consumers, particularly during the COVID time, the state government has decided to waive the 37 paise FSA being charged from the consumers henceforth. Rajiv Ranjan Singh, alias Lalan Singh, has been appointed the National President of Janata Dal United. The decision was taken in the meeting of National Executive of the party held in New Delhi yesterday. He has replaced Union Steel Minister RCP Singh as JDU President. The new President of JDU is a Member of Parliament from Munger Lok Sabha constituency in Bihar. Former Water Resources Minister of Bihar, Rajiv Ranjan Singh, is considered a confidant of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asks IPS probationers to change negative perception of police among people. Prime Minister to launch cashless and contactless digital payment solution e-Rupee tomorrow. Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Uttar Pradesh today to launch several development projects. Muslim Women Rights Day to be observed across the country today to celebrate the enactment of law against triple talaq. Jharkhand government recommends CBI probe into alleged killing of Dhanbad additional district judge. Haryana government lowers power traffic by 37 paise per unit for consumers. India to assume presidency of the UN Security Council today. More than 46 crore, 72 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas including Tokyo amid record spike in corona cases. And at Tokyo Olympics, all eyes to be on Indian men's hockey team and shuttler PV Sindhu today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back. You are listening to the morning news. In a significant achievement, India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage has surpassed 46 crore 72 lakh mark. The cumulative figure stands at 46 crore 72 lakh 59,775. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from the 21st of June. Union Health Ministry said more than 53 lakh 72,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. It said more than 27 lakh 90,000 vaccine doses were administered as first dose and 4 lakh 98,000 vaccine doses given as the second dose in the age group of 18 to 44 years yesterday. Cumulatively, over 15 crore 52 lakh persons in the age group of 18 to 44 years across 37 states and union territories have received the first dose and more than 85 lakh 77,000 have received the second dose since the start of phase 3 of the vaccination drive. The ministry said 5 states, namely Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, have administered more than 1 crore cumulative doses of COVID-19 vaccine in the age group of 18 to 44 years. The Centre has reviewed the COVID-19 situation in 10 states which are witnessing rise in daily COVID cases and positivity. The states have been advised to undertake intensive containment measures and active surveillance in clusters reporting higher cases. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan reviewed the COVID situation in 10 states of Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh and Manipur. States have been advised that districts reporting positivity rate over 10% need to impose strict restrictions to prevent crowds and intermingling of people. Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research, Dr. Balram Bhargav, has warned against any complacency, saying that 46 districts are still reporting more than 10% positivity, while another 53 districts are showing a positivity between 5 to 10%.
Bharatiya Janata Party has said that more than 1 lakh health volunteers have registered for the Rashtriya Swasthya Swayam Sevak Abhiyan, which began on 28th of July. BJP President JP Nadda had started the program from the party headquarters in New Delhi to train health volunteers across the country. The BJP president has fixed a target for the party to reach out 2 lakh villages through this program and set the target of training 4 lakh health volunteers across the country. Under the training program, 2 health volunteers, 1 male and 1 female in each booth, will be trained who will take care of their respective booths for the coronavirus pandemic. They will be equipped with an oximeter, thermometer, antibody boosters and rapid antigen test kits. Madhya Pradesh government has decided to extend the restrictions on the social, political, sports, entertainment, cultural, religious fairs and public gatherings in the state till August 10. The Home Department has issued the orders to follow the rule of 6 while going to market or other places. We have more from our Bhopal correspondent.
All religious places are open, but more than 6 people cannot gather at the same spot. Cinema halls, gym and fitness centers can run with 50% capacity. Meanwhile, state reported 22 new positive cases. Corona positive rate is 0.03%. State reported more than 9 lakh vaccinations yesterday. State Immunization Officer Dr. Santosh Shukla said that Health Department is promoting second dose of vaccination. Special arrangements are also being made at vaccination centers for administering second dose of vaccine. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
Odisha government has set a district-wise target for COVID-19 vaccination in the state. In a letter to district collectors and municipal commissioners, state government asked them to speed up daily average vaccination. More from a Bhubaneswar correspondent.
The local administration of all the districts have been impressed upon the fact the Government of India has improved the vaccine supply to the state in the month of July, which is expected to continue in August as well. However, since the Government of India supplies vaccines to the state basing on factors like vaccine consumption and the rate of vaccine wastage, it is imperative that the daily vaccination target be hiked to 3.5 lakh per day. The district collectors have also been asked to prioritize the vaccination of beneficiaries due for the second dose. Odisha to date has administered 1.24 crore first dose vaccines as against 38.67 lakh second dose vaccines to the beneficiaries, even as the total vaccination target stands at 3.09 crore citizens. Girish Chandradas, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series will bring a special discussion on COVID-19 tonight. Dr. Abhay Sinha of Patna Medical College will participate in the live discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1-800-11-5767 and on telephone number 011-2331-4444. One can also post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards.
In the run-up to Independence Day, we bring you stories on sectors which have made major impact on the lives of citizens. In this series, today we bring you a report on the health sector. In the last 7 years, government has taken major steps to provide affordable and quality health care to the people. The largest vaccination drive is going on in the country, and the nation has so far administered over 46 crore 72 lakh COVID vaccines to the people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had on June this year announced that government will provide free vaccines to all citizens above 18 years of age.
देश की किसी भी राज्य सरकार को वैक्सीन पर कुछ भी खर्च नहीं करना होगा। अब तक देश के करोड़ों लोगों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मिली है। अब 18 वर्ष की आयु के लोग भी इसमें जुड़ जाएंगे। सभी देशवासियों के लिए भारत सरकार ही मुफ्त वैक्सीन उपलब्ध करवाएगी। गरीब हो, निम्न मध्यम वर्ग हो या फिर उच्च वर्ग, भारत सरकार के अभियान में मुफ्त वैक्सीन ही लगाई जाएगी। हाँ, जो व्यक्ति मुफ्त में वैक्सीन नहीं लगवाना चाहते हैं, प्राइवेट अस्पताल में वैक्सीन लगवाना चाहते हैं, उनका भी ध्यान रखा गया।
Our correspondent reports that government has made every endeavor so that people can avail affordable healthcare services despite the ongoing pandemic.
Centre has taken several historic decisions in the last few years which proved instrumental in creating the modern healthcare system. Ayushman Bharat has proven to be a lifeline for poor people. Around 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families are entitled for health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. The use of telemedicine has been promoted in a big way. eSanjeevani, a web-based comprehensive telemedicine solution, is being utilized mobilized to extend the reach of specialized healthcare services to masses in both rural areas and isolated communities. Women and child healthcare is one of the key focus areas of the government. To provide healthy nutrition and treatment to women and children, several schemes like Poshan Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan were initiated, which resulted in low maternal and child mortality rate. Suparna Saikya, Yara News, Delhi.
Swarnim Vijay Varsh victory flame reached at Kardongla Pass, the world's highest motorable road, yesterday. India celebrating the 50th anniversary of military victory over Pakistan in 1971 with commemorative events in different parts of the country. Our Leh correspondent has filed this report.
This year marked the golden victory year of India's victory over Pakistan in 1971 war. The Swarnim Vijay Varsh victory flame at Kardongla Pass, the world's highest motorable road, welcomed with solemn ceremony of reception with a grand welcome by army personnel, veterans, local residents and tourists. The army paid rich tribute to the brave heart of 1971 war as part of the ongoing Swarnim Vijay Varsh celebration to commemorate 50 years of India's victory in the 1971 Indo-Pakistan war. Also, veterans from Nubra Valley of Leh district paid their obeisance to the fallen soldier to recognize the effort of the forces and their families during the 1971 war. Yangchen Dolma for Air News from Leh, Ladakh.
Jammu and Kashmir government has announced National Anthem Singing Competition 2021. As the nation is celebrating 75 years of independence and commemorating it as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the government's initiative has called upon all the individuals and groups to take part in the singing competition. Under the individual category, people in two sub-categories between 13 to 18 years of age and above 18 years can take part in the competition, while in group category also entries can be made. This competition is open from today till the 7th of this month. India will assume the presidency of the United Nations Security Council today. In a message to the international community on the eve of the momentous occasion, India's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Tirumurti, highlighted the significance of the responsibility to India and what India will strive to bring to the global high table.
India will be the President of the United Nations Security Council in August. It is a singular honor for us to be presiding over the Security Council in the same month when we are celebrating our 75th Independence Day. This is our 8th tenure in the Security Council. In the last 7 months of our tenure in the Council, we have taken a principled and forward-looking position on various issues. India will be organizing signature events in 3 major areas: maritime security, peacekeeping, and counter-terrorism.
Japanese government has declared a state of emergency in 6 areas, including the capital city of Tokyo, after seeing a record spike in coronavirus cases. The emergency measures will be applicable until August 31 in Tokyo, Saitama, Chiba, Kanagawa, Osaka and Okinawa prefectures. Japanese government has requested the people to refrain from going out or travelling for non-essential, non-urgent reasons and to be as careful and restrained as possible regarding returning to their hometowns during the summer and other travel. All eyes will be on Indian men's hockey team and star shuttler PV Sindhu at the Tokyo Games 2020 on day 9 of the Summer Games in Japan today. Reigning world champion PV Sindhu will take on He Bingjiao for the women's singles bronze medal match at the Tokyo Olympics badminton event at 5 p.m. today. Indian men's hockey team led by Manpreet Singh will take on Great Britain in the quarterfinals at 5:30 p.m. in the evening. Boxer Satish Kumar will lock horns with world number 1 Bakhwadir Jalolov in 91 kg quarterfinals at 9:36 a.m. Indian golfers Anirban Lahiri and Udayan Mane kicked off the challenge this morning. The 4th and final round of the golf competition is currently underway and the standings are incredibly tight at the top. India's Fawad Mirza is in action in the cross-country stage of the event. Mirza is in 9th place after the dressage round. Fencing, swimming, tennis and men's golf competition will come to a conclusion today. Success story of the 8th day at Tokyo was undoubtedly the women's hockey team and Kamal Preet. A report.
Indian women's hockey team defeated South Africa 4-3 yesterday. In the other group match, defending champions Great Britain defeated Ireland 2-0. That result left India fourth in the group and set them up for a clash against Australia on Monday in the quarterfinals. The Indian women last made the quarters of an Olympics in 1980 Moscow edition, where it finished fourth. In the 2016 Rio edition, the team had ended 12th. In a tweet, Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting and Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Thakur, congratulated Indian team. He said it is a defining moment for women's hockey in India. Highlight of the previous day was superb performance by Kamalpreet Kaur in discus throw. With a throw of 64 meters, she was only the second athlete among 31 others to book a final berth via automatic qualification. Other athlete was American Valerie Allman with a throw of 66.42 meters. Kamalpreet will be in action on Monday in the final of women's discus throw event. The 25-year-old has a chance to become the first Indian female to win a medal in athletics at the Olympics. But barring this, it was a largely disappointing day for India, with Pangal's pre-quarter-final exit being the biggest low point. Pangal was handed a stunning 1-4 loss by Rio Games silver medalist Yubaryan Martinez. He was beaten by Colombians' relentless attacks and pace in a draining pre-quarter-final bout, during which he looked exhausted after the opening round itself. Another boxer, Pooja Rani, in 75 kg, went down 0-5 in her quarter-final bout against China's Li Qian. Qian is a former world champion and a Rio Olympics bronze medalist, thoroughly outpunched Rani in the quarterfinals. PV Sindhu's loss was another heartbreak for India. She slumped to a straight game defeat against world number 1, Tai Tzu-Ying of Chinese Taipei in women's singles semifinals. The 26-year-old silver medalist from the Rio Games will now compete against China's He Bingjiao in the third playoff at Musashino Forest Plaza today evening. Shooters Anju Mudgal and Tejaswini Sawant failed to make the finals of the women's 50-meter rifle 3 positions event. Aarti Rana, Sports Desk.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar, Jammu and Leh is expected to have generally cloudy skies. Gilgit and Muzaffarabad will experience partly cloudy sky. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky, and Chennai and Kolkata and Guwahati will also have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Shillong will experience generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Aizawl will have generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Kohima is expected to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain, and Itanagar will experience generally cloudy sky with heavy rain, and temperature will hover between 24 and 34 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. The Economic Times quotes the centre telling the states seeing surge in infections, impose stricter curbs in districts with more than 10% positivity rate. 10-hour talks at Moldo as India-China discuss pullback of troops, reports the Tribune. Taliban seek air missiles from China, informs the Pioneer. Hindustan Times quotes Prime Minister Narendra Modi as saying need to increase public trust in the police. Babul Supriyo to quit politics to resign as MP, notes the Statesman. Lalan Singh chosen as new JDU party chief, informs the Asian Age. Pulwama attack prime accused, kin of Jaish's Masood Azhar, killed in encounter, states the Sunday Express. And finally to Lovelina with love, new motorable road back home. Well, the Sunday Times reports that Lovelina Borgohain will have this gift waiting for her when she returns from Tokyo Olympics.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asks IPS probationers to change negative perception of police among people. Prime Minister to launch cashless and contactless digital payment solution e-Rupee tomorrow. Home Minister Amit Shah to visit Uttar Pradesh today to launch several development projects. Muslim Women Rights Day to be observed across the country today to celebrate enactment of law against triple talaq. Jharkhand government recommends CBI probe into alleged killing of Dhanbad additional district judge. Haryana government lowers power tariff by 37 paise per unit for consumers. India to assume presidency of the UN Security Council today. More than 46 crore 72 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas including Tokyo amid record spike in corona cases. And at the Tokyo Olympics, all eyes to be on Indian men's hockey team and shuttler PV Sindhu today. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.